So in this practice of restorative yoga, we use stillness and silence. Of course, you're welcome to add some music in the background if you would like to. So we're starting here with legs up the wall. We're going to set up sideways to the wall. Make sure you have a blanket, folded blanket underneath you so you'll be really comfortable. And we could use a door. We could use a couch, a chair. If we don't have wall space, we could just have the calves on top of a couch or on top of a chair in this position. So it's important that the hips are not too close to the wall. And also making sure here that the knees, the hips and shoulders are same distance from the wall. As we're holding the postures, it's really important to listen to the inner body. At times we may need to change position if suddenly we're receiving feedbacks that is telling us we need to change position. We're listening to that. And we can choose the arms to be down towards the hips, maybe out in a T-shaped position, or maybe arms up along the ears. So this is a cooling posture. This is known as p.r.a.n.a. So if we went for a run, if we had a long day, setting up legs up the wall can be really beneficial. So we're going to work with the acronym of prana. P will stand for presence. So the affirmation could be, I am present. R, so the second letter of prana, will be recognition. So I recognize form from formlessness. If our attention is in form, often there is past or future, or what we call judgment. So it comes with a sense of heaviness, stickiness, and at times it can even be yakiness or negativity. So we recognize form from formlessness. A, the third letter from prana. The A stands for allowing. So whatever we recognize, we allow it to be. And the affirmation could be, it's okay. It's okay. In the world of form, if we resist something, if we push something away, we actually strengthen that energy, that experience. We give power to that situation. So we're practicing holding the space for that situation. We allow it. It's okay. Now the N, the fourth letter of prana, the N stands for nurturing. The affirmation could be, I am kind with myself. Now we're talking about real kindness, which is different from going into a negative or destructive patterns, right? These are false refuges. Whenever we overconsume, and it can be overconsumption of anything, from overconsumption of food all the way to, alcohol, overscheduling, all these false refuge, being righteous, and so on. So where true nurturance is just being kind through self-care. And the affirmation could be, I am kind to myself. And the last A, the fifth letter of prana, is aware, gratitude, or appreciation. And the simple affirmation is, thank you. There's a silver lining to these challenging situations as they teach us. So we're on the Earth School, and these challenges are reminders. They're asking us to pay attention. So these are our inner yoga practices. So here, as we begin being present. We can be present by just opening the eyes and looking at the wall, looking at the sky, being in this room, this space. So we can feel right here, in the now, the aliveness that is inside. And the aliveness that surrounds us. So legs up the wall is a wonderful posture to practice whenever we feel a little too warm. Maybe if we have difficulty falling asleep. And it's also a neat posture as we begin our practice, because there are so many changes that happens inside the inner body. And we can take our attention on those subtle changes. So let's move the feet. Let's point and flex the feet. Maybe circles, anything that feels good. And then we're taking the hands behind the knees, hugging the legs, and of course here too we can do movements. So we're going to hold the posture almost 10 minutes or so. First, here we'll do a twist. So we're taking the legs to the left side, and if you want, you could place between the legs. I have this pillow from my sofa that I'm using between the legs. Maybe some of us have pillows, or It could even be a rolled blanket. So we're taking the legs to the left side. And we're opening the right arm out. So relaxing. So there is a lot of stillness. And we're relaxing into presence. Recognizing form from formlessness. Allowing the inner and outer experience to be. And then we're nurturing ourselves. It is often by being kind, being present, and recognizing that forms always change. And then aware gratitude. Thank you. This is the Earth School. At times it will challenge us. So we're onto our back. Hug the knees. Let's take the legs up the wall and again pointing and flexing. Feet. Very nice. So here, second side, taking the legs to the right side, maybe between ankles, lower legs, knees, placing a pillow. Opening that left arm out to the side. And relaxing in a posture that we can sense the whole inner body is at ease. So we can relax into the support of the earth. I am present. I recognize forms from formlessness. So the thinking may be very quiet, lots of space between thoughts at times. And we all have experienced how at times the thinking is very active, and that's okay. Allowing it's okay. Nurturing. I am kind. And then aware gratitude. Thank you. We're going to roll to that right side. And then coming to our hands and knees. A few cat and cows. As we exhale, gaze to the belly. And as we inhale, belly towards the earth. And repeating this way. So we're going to take a child's pose. We don't have to hold here very long. The child's pose, it could be with the hips up in the air. What's really nice here is if we can rest the forehead on something. We can always take those hips towards the heels. So this is a playful inner exploration. We're going to come to hands and knees. And then for you to choose, so some of us will do the pigeon. And it can always be with underneath that right hip a support. It can even be a block, a rolled blanket. It could be on our back, figure 4 stretch. It could be this way, bending one leg and the other leg straight. So if we have props to assist the physical body to be in a comfortable position. If you are not finding a comfortable position, probably this one with legs up the wall and then the right ankle in front of the left thigh, this way can be really nice. The hips remain on the floor. And we begin again. I am present. So P for presence. R for recognition. A for allowing. A for nurturing. And that last A is an aware appreciation. aware because there is acceptance. So even if there's no acceptance, no gratitude, that's okay. Acceptance of non-acceptance. So we're coming out of the posture. If your legs are up the wall, you can again bring the ankles up in a gentle pointing and flexion of the feet. And then we're going to transition to that second side. Making sure you're comfortable. Right, that second side might be quite different. It could even be a different posture. So naturally, the thinking formations shows up. It is a practice of recognition. Sometimes the practice of meditation is thought to be not thinking, that we stop or quiet the mind in the sense that there are no thoughts. Just as our heart pumps, it's an organ that makes sure the blood keeps circulating in the body. The brain, the nervous system, is an organ that creates thoughts. We're not asking to stop the activity of thinking, we're recognizing it is a thought. The thought is not who we are. We can look at the thought. We can recognize it to be a thought. Just like a cloud in the sky. We are the sky. So we're going to slowly come out of the posture and we're transitioning here to be on our back. We're going to make circles with both legs together in one direction. And then in the other direction. If you want, ankles a little bit up. Very nice. So we're taking the feet flat on the mat. As we lift the hips, maybe you have a block, a thick pillow or a roll blanket. Place it underneath that left hip and we're taking those legs to the left side, arms along the ears. Playfully here, letting the body be very passive. Taking the hands down to the hips and then placing that prop more underneath the right hip, and we're switching sides. So we're taking the arms, the legs towards the right side. Few more moments here, allowing the whole inner being, inner body to release. Taking the hands down to the side, and whatever was underneath the hips next to us as we hug the legs here gently into the chest. So we could roll to the side or just roll up, and a comfortable seated forward bend, so the legs can be comfortably apart. Some of us may prefer legs hip width apart, so we can release just a minute or two here. With the props, it could be pillows on top of pillows. If we don't have too many props, it could be bending the knees, elbows on something, and then hands supporting the weight of the head. So we can always bend the knees. And then gently sitting up. So the next posture before our final Shavasana is for you to choose. It could be a seated meditation, and we'll be here for a little bit more than 5 minutes. Or you could choose a chest opener. Okay, so you could roll a blanket if you want and create a support this way. Nice long rolled blanket maybe on top, and then you're creating a nice chest opener. It could be a seated meditation. So presence, recognition, allowing, it's okay, nurturing, and aware gratitude or acceptance. And it can be acceptance of non-acceptance. It could be chin mudra, tip of the index and thumbs connecting together, or just open palms. If we're sitting here, a sense of ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips. As we're sitting tall, the chin is parallel to the earth. Inner gazing or outer gazing. So we could remain still if you would like here. Shavasana, corpse posture. Definitely from a seated meditation we could come onto our back, covering ourselves if we notice coolness. Neutral position with the whole body, and we're settling. Maybe another few more minutes of complete melting, complete diluting, softening into the earth. And we'll feel that form dimension settle, dissolve into the earth, and we'll feel presence more and more in the foreground. Gratitude for each of you. Gratitude for that formless, infinite nature. And may all expressions of that formless nature be safe, healthy, be at peace, free and joyful in the whole cosmos. Namaste.